Kuma 1v1 Zoro. Zoro, even in this horribly weakened state, can still react to numerous lightspeed attacks from Kuma, and this feat alone shows that having lightspeed reaction speed is a low tier feat in One Piece. Hey, what's up everybody? It's LeeLos, and today we're continuing talking about the legendary greatness of Thriller Bark. Stay steady in the pursuit of your dreams and goals. You're born to win, you're made for greatness, and I definitely believe in you guys. Keep up the great work each and every day. So where we left off, the Straw Hats are brawling big time against the legendary giant Oars with the basic moveset of Luffy jammed into him. The Straw Hats perform incredible feats against Oars. Sanji and Zoro are both able to deflect attacks from Oars. Each Straw Hat is able to survive direct hits from Oars. The Straw Hats were holding their own against Oars and actually beginning to win against him. Then Moria jumped in and amped Oars' powers even further, giving him the ability to stretch and shapeshift his body. Even against his amped Oars, the Straw Hats do very well against him, discover all his main weaknesses and deal serious damage to him and nearly win. Ultimately, all the Straw Hats get knocked out except for Usopp and Nami. Blackbeard becomes a warlord for slapping up Ace. Moria is super overconfident in his abilities. For some reason, he thought he'd be capable of fighting Kuma. I don't know, this dude's delusional. Luffy comes in amped with the power of 100 Shadows and low diffs Oars and Moria together. This form has a lot of similarities to Gear 4, which is introduced 300 chapters later. And this entire fight is actually a reference to the secret of Luffy's Devil Fruit, as in current chapters, Luffy's referred to as the Warrior of Liberation, and in this battle they call Luffy the Warrior of Hope. The power of 100 Shadows disappears from Luffy, and it's the exhausted Straw Hats versus weakened Oars and Moria. With Luffy's help, they pull off a wild team combo and smash Oars' spine into fruity pebbles and end up defeating Oars. Then to finish off the fight, it's a 1v1 Luffy versus Moria. This is the scene that confirms that honestly, Moria is kind of fodder and objectively far too weak for the New World. Moria absorbs 1000 Shadows and amps himself possibly 10 times as much as Luffy did in his Nightmare Luffy form. Even with this disgusting multiplier, he's so weak that Luffy defeats him in 4 attacks. To be fair, each attack Luffy does, Moria becomes weaker because he loses more of the shadows as he takes damage, but still, dude, like, this guy had Luffy's shadow in him and he still lost. And this is the first time we see Luffy combine Gear 2 and Gear 3 together into one attack. At this point in the series, Luffy is way too weak for his body to withstand this, and just doing these attacks nearly kills him, which is amazing because in Luffy's final battle against Kaido, he's so powerful that he's finally mastered its ability. He can use Gear 2 and Gear 3 together with no drawbacks at all. He calls these attacks the Rock series. After this wild battle, the Straw Hats have barely squeezed out a W against Moria and Oars. Everyone's beat up, everyone's exhausted, and Luffy's KO'd from taking his powers way beyond what he can handle. Then another fresh warlord Kuma shows up and the Straw Hats legit have 0% chance of winning. This scene is where Zoro earns all the respect a vice captain could ever have. Kuma 1v1 Zoro. Zoro, even in this horribly weakened state, can still react to numerous lightspeed attacks from Kuma, and this feat alone shows that having lightspeed reaction speed is a low tier feat in One Piece, and honestly, One Piece characters are a lot faster than most people think. But ultimately, Zoro doesn't stand a chance. Even full power Zoro would have gotten folded by Kuma here, and then Kuma does a wild attack that KOs everyone except Sanji, Brook, and Zoro. Zoro's most epic moment in the entire series is right here. He's willing to sacrifice his life in order for Luffy to live and achieve his dream. Showing his loyalty to Luffy is so great that he genuinely values Luffy's life as more important than his own. Sanji gets up and is willing to do the exact same thing. Zoro pulls a Majin Vegeta and Sanji's KO'd. Then Zoro takes all of Luffy's pain, survives that, and not only that, he's also still conscious after this. There's a running joke in the One Piece community that Zoro actually died here, but his soul got lost and returned to his body. I was looking for a quote from Oda actually saying that, but I haven't found it anywhere or in any of the interviews or SBSs or anything. So if you guys can find it, please let me know where you found it in the comments. The arc finishes up with a classic post-victory party. Brook sings Bink Sake. Luffy stated he's heard Shanks sing this song before, and they get ready for the next arc. One big mistake the Straw Hats made was they did not tell Luffy what Zoro did, and Sanji did this to avoid hurting Luffy's feelings, but it ended up giving Luffy a false sense of confidence. Luffy only trains when he loses to somebody. In Luffy's mind, they won completely fair and square, meaning they were strong enough to keep progressing without needing to train. But the reality was, Kuma showed up and chose to spare them. Kuma could have easily killed them all. Even if they were at full power, Kuma could have killed them all. And this was something Luffy didn't know, and because of that, they end up going to Sabaody unprepared and face a lot of troubles in the next arc. But we'll cover all that in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate the views. Let me know what you thought about this video in the comment. Let me know what video you'd like to see next. Thank you guys for watching, and subscribe for more adventures.